Hey, welcome to another adventure in old code. It's time. I've been waiting for this for so long. It's time to look at the Stock Simulator 2.0. Whoa, what happened? All right. So now that we know what arrays are, oh, we're not in this folder. We can appreciate, hopefully, okay, before we even get into Stock Simulator 2.0, let's remind ourselves Stock Simulator, the version 1 series. We had all these different positions as the positions of the stocks, and we had all these named variables, although some we didn't use. Anyway, and then we had this wonderful oh, it was only in Stock Simulator 1.0 we had the terrible line. Okay, anyway, but Stock Simulator just screamed arrays. We want 6 similar values for things. So let's see what I did in Stock Simulator 2.0. Let us begin. Stock 2.0 updated program core, November 27, 1998. Interesting. I thought it was in December I learned arrays, but apparently it was the final days of November. Because you can be certain as soon as I learned arrays, I was throwing them into this program. Let's just make... My apologies. This does not use arrays. So what the heck is updated about it? Okay, well, now that I've had my hopes and dreams crushed, well, we get to investigate how this is actually updated. Okay, well, let's play it anyway. We'll see what happens. Sweet graphics. I remember this. I remember making it. And again, I as always, I never had an idea of what it was going to look like when I started, but man, that's fantastic. I'm just going to make sure I'm recording. Yeah, that will be interesting to see how I performed that graphic. Okay, let's M for message. About a week ago, I decided to quit making stock simulators because the program core was getting too complicated. But then the world's suicide rate quadrupled. Now don't get me wrong, it's not that I care about you guys, it is just the fact that if everyone kills themselves, then no one will be able to praise me. Anyway, I received like a quazillion emails over the past week or so, which is interesting because I didn't advertise my address at all. You guys sure are obsessive. It makes me sick. Okay, well, there were a lot of questions asked of me, and if you all remember Jack Fresnet, I don't want to answer them. But seeing as how this is the holiday season right now, and I have nothing better to do right now, I will answer some of them at random. I was wondering if I had a Christmas program I could do over the Christmas break this year. I missed it. We're into January, but this would have been it. Dear Joey, I am a huge fan of yours and totally follow your example in all aspects of life, morally, ethically, and spiritually. Oh, wow. Could you please tell me how to find peace with myself? Lately, some people have been tormenting me with questions about something bad I did. All I can tell them is I am very, very sorry. Listen, Joey, it is getting very bad. I may lose my job. All I can look forward to now is getting home and playing Stock Simulator. I am a total wreck. Please help me. Bill Clinton. If you are not aware of the significance of this fabricated letter, look up what was happening to Bill Clinton on November 27, 1998. And we'll say no more about the subject. Okay, Bill Clinton, let me tell you this. You cannot know how that sickens me so. Of all the people in the world to help, you are last on my list. And believe me, that list includes everyone. You have angered me beyond comprehension, and you will not live very long. How dare you actually think that I would care about your problems? I am not a psychiatrist. Ooh, I guess that means I am. Ooh. I am the creator of Stock Simulator, and don't need to take any recognition of you whatsoever. You are a stupid, low-down human pig, and I hate you for that. You obviously have no idea how great I am. I really hate selfish people. Don't ever talk to me again. Okay. Hi, Joey. I just wanted to know how you find the time to make stock simulators, seeing as you have tons of fans and fan mail to read. R. Bergenson. I don't think R. Bergenson's an actual real person. I think this one is totally made up. First of all, don't make it sound like you know me by saying hi, Joey, at the beginning of your question. I hate that. Second of all, you're right. I do have thousands of letters. Fans have mailed to my house, hoping I will respond. I just put higher priorities first, and then take care of the stupid stuff. Like, for instance, Stock Simulator always comes first, and then eating, sleeping, going to the bathroom, taking a walk, feeding my dog, taking out the trash, cleaning the bathroom, getting arrested, getting shot in the arm by a fellow envious programmer, killing someone, getting beaten up, laying in a dark alley all alone dying, death itself, and then the frickin' fan letters. Oh, this was so much fun to write and even more fun to read. Not that I condone any of these attitudes now, but again, I was 16. Well, after those two, I don't ever feel like answering any more of your stupid questions, and I'm not going to. Have I ever told you guys how stupid you are and how so better I am than you? Look at this. Here's a letter from our old friend Jack Fresnet. To the greatest man on earth. Joey, I'm sorry for being so bad. Please accept my apology. I should have thought before I wrote. I just want to let you know that I have redeemed myself by taking a vow of silence and fasting for a period of 5 years. I hope that will make up for what I did. Jack Fresnet. Oh, poor Jack. I can't imagine what atrocities I'm going to lay out on Jack right now. What can I say to that? Some might say it would touch the heart, opening the human spirit to suffering and turmoil. Many would take it as a compliment and be sincerely sorry for Jack Fresnet. I, on the other hand, know better, and am so much better than everybody else. Jack, when will you ever learn? I hate you. You dare disturb me while I'm still angered beyond belief of your last letter to me? Next time, capitalize my name. And in regards to your vow of silence, I laugh on your grave. Anyway, you still owe me $3,500, so stop talking to me and pay me. $3,500. $500 for each version of Stock Simulator since I started asking, and I think I started asking in version 1.1. You guys have disturbed me greatly. Never again will I ever talk nicely and soften my opinion. From now on, I will speak my mind without any concern for your failings. Go away. Go away. Oh, that's great. Okay, here we get this graphic again. Stock Simulator 2.0. Okay, can you believe it? I sure hope you can, because if you can't, then you would not have any faith in me, and then I would shun you. Anyway, this is a very big breakthrough in Stock Simulator technology. Stock Simulator 2.0. Seemingly the same, but totally different from version 1.5. You now get to buy shares. Other than that, everything is the same. I hope by now you have sent me 7 payments of $500, like I've been asking for, but just in case you have missed 1 or 2 or all payments, here's my address. New speed for stocks to change, higher number, the slower. And now we get into the gameplay. So, originally Stock Simulator was my attempt at recreating Stock Ticker, and then I realized, no, I can't do that, and so I went off on another tangent. But now it looks like I added shares to Stock Simulator, and so that prompted the decision to call it a 2.0 release, I suppose. So I don't know what number to type in there. 500. What amount do you want to play until? Oh, okay, so I get my own ending, customized ending. Well, let's play to $1,000. Duff beer, cigarettes, crack machine guns, forged paintings, and dance techno music. I did not update the stock list. All right, well, which 3 stocks would you like? I will go beer, cigarettes, and dance techno music. $33, $33, $33. Aha, so here's my calculation. You've invested $33 in Duff Beer, getting 33 shares. So in Stock Ticker, you can only get certain multiples of shares because you get a paper bill, and I can't remember what those amounts were. But in Stock Simulator, you can buy however many shares you want, just like the real stock market. So, okay, I've got 33 shares, and that's because it's at par. It's the beginning of the game, so everything's at par, 100, and so $1 to 1 share. And we continue. Okay, so we see a very familiar screen. Everything's the same. The version number is changed in that logo. And I have very nice display on which stocks I'm interested in, so that's good. So let's hit escape. So from your 33 shares in Duff Beer, which ended up at a value of $666, you have received $219.78. And cigarettes, I lost a bit because it was down to 77. Dance techno music crashed at minus 211. And so that's everything. So I'm going to sell. And now if I wanted to get back into Duff Beer, let's just try and go only into Duff Beer. Because I want to, actually no, let's do, okay, we'll get into crack and submachine guns. No, not crack, cigarettes. Okay, 1, 2, and 4. Okay, here we go. So I've got $246. How much do I want to invest in Duff Beer? So this is an amount of money. So if I say I'm going to invest $100 into Duff Beer, and $100 into cigarettes, and $46 into some machine guns. Because Duff Beer was so high, I only get 15 shares of it. Cigarettes was below 100, so I get 129 shares. You've invested $46 in submachine guns. You have received 0 shares. That's not fair. Oh, was it negative? I wonder if it was negative. Okay, so this keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. From my 0 shares in submachine guns, I received $0. So, okay, I even went up a little bit in Duff Beer because it was at 666 last time, and now it's at 698. So anyway, that's fine. I can change the speed. That was 500. I can go maybe 25. And then sell. Whoops. Just get into cigarette. Oh, I can't. Oh, I think you do zeros? No, you can't. That was in a previous version. You could do zeros if you just wanted 1 stock. I have to choose 3 different stocks. What if 4 of them are negative, previous Joey? 100, 100, 1. Well, I'm not investing into some machine guns. They're negative. Okay, now it's faster and everything's great. Okay, let's quit this and see what happens. Oh, searching. Yes, I have found you in the list of stupid idiots. Get out. Oh, and then run that, of course. Comment that out. Okay, well, let's have a look at this. Updated program core, I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it very much. We'll see. We'll see what we can recognize. Time, calculate positions. Oh, already I see. That's fantastic. Stock pick, calculate shares, calculate cash, display cash. Okay, these are actually very nicely named subroutines. I still have all my funky variables. Pause 1 through pause 6, and all these things. And if you recall, in the previous versions of Stock Simulator, I was just taking the old code and just adding to it. I wouldn't delete any variables or anything, so probably a lot of this is not even used. Although I have cash goal and press as string. Interesting. Okay. Random number, clearing the screen, money, and all the positions of all the stocks. And on top of that, I have stock pause 1, stock pause 2, stock pause 3. This is probably different. I assume these are the positions of the stocks that I've invested in. Then I do the title. And oh boy, the title needs to be investigated, because that is beautiful. How did I do this? Okay, well, we're going to go into screen 12, and then x equals 639 times 15. Okay. Cycle through all the colors, 1 to 15. For me equals 639 to 0, step minus 25. X. Okay, whoa. I think what we're going to do is we are going to stop right now at this title. Sorry, not stop, but continue on past the title. This title looks really complicated, and I really want to understand it. So this will be a second part to the episode. We'll come back to this because I really want to dissect this title screen, but I don't want to lose the remembrance of the code execution so that we can match up our experience with the code. And if we spend 100 years on this title screen, we'll forget what we ran just a few minutes ago. So let's pretend we went through the title, and we'll get back to it. So if press is M, so press in the title screen. Oh, I should get rid of my ending here. I waited for a key press and I looped until it was M or enter. Okay, so if press was M, then keep doing the message and followed by the title until you don't hit M anymore. Okay, so what's the message? And the message is going to be, again, we're going into screen 0. That's text mode because we were in screen 12. And then we're just going through everything. It's just nothing much going on. Text and key presses. Okay. And then we'll do the title again and wait for a press and keep on going. Then we go into instructions. Now I have to go back into screen 0 because if I was at the title and I just hit enter right away, I would still be in screen 12. And so I changed to screen 0 in message, but if I didn't do message, it would still be screen 12. So I have to go back to screen 0. All right. So I could have realized that regardless, the next thing to come after the title screen should be screen 0. So just set to screen 0 up here, but I didn't. Okay, then we give the instructions. Again, more print statements. Nothing much going on there. And speed. New speed for stocks to change. Put that into speed. So I feel that this has been in previous versions of Stock Simulator. Maybe not in its own subroutine, though. But I really started to break things up into their own subroutines, and that's nice. It takes away from the absolute mess and chaos that the main routine is. Okay, what amount do you want to play until your cash goal? Okay, then in our loop, stock pick. So stock 1, 2, 3, stock ABC are empty strings. I'm assuming that's the name, and then cash 1, 2, 3. So let's see what those are. So we oh boy. Okay, so we ask for 3 inputs if stock, and we loop until, so stock 1 has to be greater than 0. It has to be less than or equal to 6. Stock 2 has to be greater or equal to 0. And stock 2 has to be less than or equal to 6. So I'm checking each stock that it's in the range from 1 to 6. But I'm not done yet. Then I'm making sure that they're all different. Stock 1 is not stock 2, stock 1 is not stock 3, and stock 2 is not stock 3. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. Then, if stock 1 was 1, then stock A, so stock A, B, C, those are going to be the names of the stocks. And, okay, so I've used the colon to concatenate some lines here. That makes it nice to read. So if I chose 1, stock A becomes Duff Beer, and stock pause 1 equals pause 1. So stock pause 1 is the position of the stock I chose. Simple as that. And do it for each case here, and then so for stock 1, I set stock pause 1 to the position of the stock, but for stock 2, I don't do that. I just set the name. For stock 3, I just set the name. Okay. So then we keep asking how much money do you want to invest in all your stocks until the cash from each one of them adds up to less than your money. So you have the amount of money that you said you wanted to invest. So stock is not, see, if stock 1 is not equal to 0, it seems to suggest I could have chosen 0, but I couldn't because I looped up here until it was, wait a minute, greater or equal to 0. Hey, that suggests I can choose 0. Um, 1, 0, 0. So why can't I choose 0? Interesting. Oh, that's why I can't choose 0, because this is a bug. So I wanted to allow the 0, but I also wanted to make sure that none of them were the same. So I could probably see 1, 0, 0, stocks 2 and 3 are now the same, and so it would kick me out. So I'll bet I can choose this. Yeah. And it'll ask me for those 2, and that's it. Okay. Let's go back to stock pick. Okay, how much money do you want to invest in each one of them, and just throw it in a cash variable. Take away the money and then continue. Now we calculate shares. This is a new thing. If you've chosen stock 1 and shares 1 equals, you take the cash you've invested in, you divide it by stock pause 1, multiply it by 1,000. Now wait a second, stock pause 2 was never set. Shares 1, so if I invested $100 and its position was 100, then I would go 100 divided by 100 times 100. and that cancels out and I get 100 shares. Now, oh, this doesn't make sense. Where is stock pause 2 being calculated? Did I miss it? Scream at me if I missed it. Stock pause. Oh, wait a second. I remember. Up here, stock pause 1, 2, and 3, I've set all to 100. So at the beginning of the game, it works. But that really should get updated. Anyway, we'll keep on going. So this is a formula to convert cash into shares based on the position of the stock. If shares 1 is less than 0, then shares 1 equals 0. Obviously, okay, because if the position of the stock is negative, this whole thing is going to be negative. And then I'm going to have negative shares. So this just forces my shares to not be negative. They'll be set to 0. Okay, so if stock 1 is, if you've chosen stock 1, then it says you have invested this much money in stock. Remember, stock A is the name, and have received this many shares. And similarly, all 3 of them. Okay. Clear the screen, do the computer, which has never ever changed, this computer thing. Logo, same thing. I went up here and I updated that version number, and that's probably about it. Okay, do. For ZZ equals 1 to speed, next ZZ, it's an empty for loop. That will modify the speed. Into equals FNR2. So randomly between 1 and 2. Into is up or down, if you recall from the previous stock simulators. Oh, if into equals 2, then into equals -1. I could have, no, I couldn't have done, yeah, okay. Because I want it to be 1 or -1, right? Okay. Mag. Whatever mag is, it's randomly between 1 and 20. Stock is a random number between 1 and 6. And then magnitude. See, I did it this time. Remember last time I had like that 5 subroutine and that 10 subroutine and 20 subroutine, and I did all that funky stuff. This fixes that. It looks like magnitude is going to be randomly between 1 and 20. So I have an up or down, a magnitude, and a stock. These are your 3 dice rolls in stock ticker. Perfect. Okay, calculate positions. If stock equals 1, then pause 1 equals pause 1 plus mag times into. That is beautiful. So that's a much nicer way of doing it. This really is an updated program core. Awesome. So the upshot and consequence of all that is no longer are we constrained by going up or down by 5, 10, or 20. I figured we don't need that. We can go randomly between 1 and 20. So we could go down 17 if we wanted, or if it so happened. Nice. Okay, stock pause. If stock, okay, so this is, remember, stock pause 1, 2, and 3 are the positions of my currently selected stocks. So this subroutine just keeps them in sync. So if stock 1 was 1, then stock pause 1 equals pause 1. Stock pause 1 equals pause 2. Yeah, stock 1 is the stock I've chosen. If it was 1, make sure the position of the first chosen stock is the position of the correct stock. Anyway, that's what this is doing. It's forcing the positions I care about to be in sync with the positions of the actual stocks. All right, time equals time plus 1. If time equals 50, then time. So every 50 times through the loop, we update the display basically. And this is pretty much the same as before. I won't get into it. If this is a stock you care about, change it to yellow. Otherwise, change it to keep it at white. Oh, here's the infamous line though. It's still there. Oh no, it's not that big. Oh, if position of stock 1 is just greater than all the other positions, print the current champion as Duff Beer. Okay. So we have a lot of these. Figuring out the current champion, and then reset time equals time back to 0. And loop until we hit escape, and then we calculate the cash. Calculate the cash. Shares, this will be the opposite of the converting cash into shares. This is converting shares into cash. So before it was divided by stock pause times 100. This is times stock pause divided by 100, and everything's fine. Okay, and then we print how many shares we receive. And then we ask, do we want to sell, change, or quit? And we put that into A. Oh dear. And then we kill out of the program. So A, we have a single A variable that's shared globally. Oh boy. Okay, while A equals C, which is change speed, right. We're just going to go back to speed and do that. Back to speed, and then calculate cash, which displays all your cash again. And then we loop the whole thing until we either quit or we got more money than we set out to get. And if our money is greater than our cash goal, then we win. Otherwise, we lose. And we saw lose. Color 31, here's a blinking color. I remember that blinking, searching. Yes, I have found you in the list of stupid idiots. Get out. Okay, so we will not... Ooh, this is getting on time. But what I want to do is win this game and actually see this message displayed. So let's run this game with a very low cash goal. I start out with $100. I want to play until $101. And we're going to take the first top 3 and we'll invest like this. Press any key to continue, and let's do it. Yeah, so $30 and $79. I should have made my goal. So let's quit. Okay, you have received your goal. Ooh, I'm very happy for you. Make sure to send me $500 that I keep asking for. You people are not very appreciative of the fact that I gave you something so holy and revered as Stock Simulator. How am I supposed to eat or drink when I don't get paid? I am furious. Get out of my sight. Okay, perfect. I think I touched all the points there except the title screen. We'll come back and do the title screen next time because it's so complicated and cool looking. And yeah, I think that's everything. So thanks for joining me in this adventure in old code. Have a nice day, and we'll see you next time.